Hey guys, this is WTii, and here's another vlog for you. Dat Dem Der Socialising. Today is a special day, although technically it's actually tomorrow, but I suppose we'll just call it today. It's my mum's 60th birthday, and there's going to be a big party, and I'm going there. So in case you were wondering if there was any Warcraft free games getting played tonight, there are not. And I also have enough stuff to concern myself with currently at the moment, so I can't play any Warcraft free games for the time being, but there are still some Warcraft free games coming out, like one after this. I'd have to look it up what it is, but I don't know which one it's going to be. But I wanted to actually show you something that I recently purchased, and it's Gadget, a little tablet gadgety thing. It's a Tesco Huddle. It's basically only about 100 quid, so it's sort of like the low range of the tablets. So it's not like an iPhone or iPad or whatever those are, whatever them things are. But it's a good starter for me because I'm always someone that's like, I've got like a brick for a phone pretty much. It's the bog standard. It barely even has Snake. It can barely run Snake. Yet when it comes to computers and such, I like to have high running stuff and more complicated gear. But in terms of like mobile equipment for, you know, when you're out and about, not so important because I don't go out and about enough for it to be a concern. But tonight is going to be one of those nights where I am going to be holding on to this and trying to use it as much as possible. Although I'm going to try and get myself things to do because I, believe it or not, am not such a sociable person. You might find that strange, but it's not so much that I'm not actually sociable. I call myself antisocial to like people at work and stuff like that that know me. But I'm far from antisocial. But where I live and where I'm at and who I know, none of those people do what I do or really understand what I do. Now, there's those people in life that have very supportive families and very supportive friends and all of that. I am not one of them. I do have a loving family, and that's great, but they're not into the same things I am, and I can give you an example of that. If you look back, for example, my music playlist, a lot of people, that's a very specific style of music that I like, and it's kind of bizarre. If you like that kind of music, you would want to look up Pogo. And for some people might know of Pogo, but just look up Pogo and then songs and boom, it will be up there. He's got millions of views. So he has a very unique way of stylizing his music, which is creating beats and sounds, or not so much creating them, but sampling them from movies, TV, any genre like that, even just sort of noises in the house and recording it with a camcorder and then putting it all together to make an awesome beat tune. And yeah, it does some amazing stuff, and I've dabbled in that a little bit, dabbled, and I love doing it, but it's very time consuming and I don't really know what I'm doing. So I managed to make some songs out of it and I'm quite impressed with what I did, but I have no experience when it comes to using Fruity Loops or anything like that, which is the program I use to do it. And I do want to do some more of that. That's one of my hobbies. But if I try to explain that to anyone I know in real life, they don't really get it. They just won't get it. And I've always had this problem where real life is all about football and getting drunk and blah blah blah. That's not me. I can understand that. I can tolerate it. The drunk bit I don't mind so much, but the football and that just drives me insane. I tell you, this is probably going to offend some people out there because, of course, some of you might be football fans, and that's fine. Enjoy your football, but please, for the love of God, do not say, for example, person A is arguing with person B, and person A is Manchester United, person B is Arsenal, and A starts off the conversation with, "Oh yeah, yesterday we really got you good yesterday." "Oh no, you didn't. We played a brilliant game. Yeah, we had like Ryan Giggs, all this." I can't think of all football names because I don't do football. But whatever. Blah blah and XX at the front of the game. They were brilliantly playing against your Husky guy or whatever was just sucking all that game. No, he's really good. I've got a lot of confidence in him. He could really get through it if he just gets enough time to get himself into the game. And it's just a pointless conversation because it's people talking about other people that don't even know that the original people talking about them exist. Now, this really bugs me, and it's a personal problem because you could relate it to if esports gaming and such like that was much bigger, then you could argue that I could be just as much to blame if I was saying I support Team Grubby or something like that and he's playing against I don't know, Team the Muslim. I'm not got anything against the Muslim, I actually like the Muslim, but just that's another name that came to the head. It's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, we did really well. It just doesn't feel right. I can't say we when I'm talking about another esports player. I just wouldn't do that. They do it with teams, but I couldn't do it when I'm talking about a player that represents who I enjoy watching the most and who I follow, etc. Just like in football teams. I wouldn't say we really nailed you yesterday with that probe rush or whatever, because he does StarCraft 2 now. Oh yeah, but that those zealots in the second game when they sneaked up on that expansion. Yeah, we did a really good job with that. It doesn't work saying we, so I don't understand what this thing is about saying we. You've got nothing to do with it. Watch it, enjoy it. If you're gonna commentate like that, or you know, criticize or give your critique on the game, then say so and so did well or Manchester United did well. Where does this we come from? Now, sports, teams, people like to be part of a community. They like to say, but if you say, for example, you like my stuff, if you're arguing with a friend or something and your friend says I suck, and you're saying, oh no, he doesn't suck. Do you say he doesn't suck or you say we don't suck? This is what I'm trying to get my head around. Is it only football and sort of like real sports where people do that and they sort of almost put themselves in a team as though they belong to that team and they've been playing with that team and they are part of that team? They're an observer, they're a spectator, they follow what they do, but they're not part of the team. It's like an out-of-body experience. You're out there watching these other... They don't know you exist. So it's just a little niggle for me, really. It just gets to me, but I just like chatting anyway. So as you can see, like again, I'm antisocial when it comes to a real life because there's not enough people in real life that do and like what I do. If there were, then I'd be one of the most sociable people on the planet because then I can talk about Warcraft 3 or esports or gaming like that for hours. If the conversation, well, I can talk about the gym as well, but there's not even that many people that go to the gym, to be quite frank, in my situation. Most people are unhealthy and all of that, so that's fine if you want to live your life that way, but I'm a bit of a gym nut myself. And it just, I don't know, there's not enough to relate with, and I'm not good at small talk. Especially, I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to waste their time talking to someone. And that sounds really bad, but I'm just not that kind of person that can happily small talk to someone. I'd have to be interested in you to talk to you. And that sounds really bad when I say it like that, but I really don't mean it to be bad or anything like that. And I hope people can understand where I'm coming from with that. It's like, you have to, I have to see something in you where I know that you and me are going to get along, so that it's worth my investment of even starting a conversation with you. What's the point of talking to someone about the weather or something completely pointless, basically, that neither of you even care about, and then never talk to that person again? Because, you know, I just don't want to be in those situations, and unfortunately I think tonight is going to be one of those situations, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. I almost dropped this. Whoop, caught it though. Yeah, and I'm gonna have some camcorder duties, so it's gonna be like Cloverfield. I'm gonna be the guy that records and gets shoved the camera. Basically, he doesn't have to worry so much about socializing. He'll just sort of like record people and let them do it. But yeah, I was going to show you this little. One of the first things I did when I got this is I've never been new. I'm new to apps and stuff like that. And apps, for those that don't know, applications, basically lots of little fun software bits that can do pretty much anything you can think of. You can create an app for it. So for example, here's a Warcraft 2 soundboard. Oh no, I'll go on to this one because I like this one. There's actually a couple of them, but I don't think you'll be able to hear it. I'll show it to you here. So here, oh god, I don't want that bit. Get out. Get out. There we go. So we got that. That's the Warcraft 2 soundboard going up. So give me a quest. That's the paladin. So I'd actually have to hold it like here. And it keeps going off when I can't look at it, so you have to pay attention 100%. Your request. There you go, you would have heard that. That's like the wizard from it. And of course, the bit you could relate to a bit better would be like the music. So that's the human music for Warcraft 2. And this is just straight ahead where my mind goes. This is like, oh, I'm going to look up Warcraft on the apps, basically, because you have a search ability. And it's fantastic. There's so much out there, it's ridiculous. And I hope to have a bit of fun, and hopefully people will let me get away with skulking in a corner, sort of like looking through all the apps on this, because I'm definitely taking this. It's worth its money just for that, basically. I'm going to be holding on to this dearly. And if anyone tries to get me on a dance floor, I'm going to struggle. So I'll try my best to avoid that. I'll say, no, I'm busy listening to Warcraft 2 music. Can't you listen? Can't you hear? What's the human victory win? That's the orc music for those horde lovers out there. That makes you sound really dirty, doesn't it? Horde lover. Ooh, I'm a horde lover. Anyway, I thought you might enjoy this little vlog. I might try and do one of these one a day, but this is simply what's on my mind at the moment for today, and it seemed like a fun thing to chat about, and you get to know a little bit more about me, but I'm only going to divulge the information that I wish to divulge. So if you wish to ask me lots of questions, I might not answer them. However, there is a question for you guys out there from me, is what apps do you like? What apps are good for you? What apps are practical? What apps are fun? And I'd like to see what your responses are, because I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that have iPhones or iPads or Tesco Huddles. And I'm not advertising for them, I'm just saying, it is what it is. If any of you have those, then maybe you might want to let me know as well. And I might have a look at those apps and then maybe review them or something like that. That could be another vlog for later on down the line. But yeah, could do that. So let me know what apps you like to use, why you like to use them. So a little brief description basically of what the app is and why you like to use it. What purpose does it serve for you? Is it practical? Is there an app, for example, that you like using because it allows you to see how many calories are in food, how many calories you have from eating an apple and stuff like that, and it's practical and it's useful for you to keep healthy, that sort of thing. Just a little brief description. So I hope you enjoyed this, and there'll be a Warcraft 3 game coming up afterwards. I'm going to have possibly a little look for it. Can't remember what one. Ooh. Oh. Yes, that's the one. Okay, this one's a funny one, to be honest. It was very fun to play. I had to cut off a tiny snippet of it because it's actually like 15 minutes, 30 seconds long. So I had to sort of, if you see like a cut in there, don't worry about it too much. You didn't really miss anything. It's literally like 20 to 30 seconds max. And that's only so I could keep it under the 15-minute upload, because that's what I'm stuck to now. 15 minutes. No more. No less. Well, you can have less, but no more. Unless I put them into multiple parts. And this one I don't have to. It is just a one-parter, but it's very worthwhile watching. It's very fun. Impressive map. It's like a bigger version of an Ufa Party minigame, and I love those kind of things. So I'm sure you'll enjoy watching it and how tense moments get at certain points. It's called Pirate Tag 1.4b, so stay tuned for that, because that's going to get uploaded in a minute. And I look forward to your comments and your feedback, and I hope you have a good day. I'll see you later.